Hello, and welcome to Sven Plays. Today, I'm playing a new horror game. It's called Slender, the Arrival. To clarify, I played the original Slender game briefly, like super briefly. From what I saw at the time, I thought it was quite clever how very simple techniques, they evoked a lot of atmosphere, but to me it did feel like a very unfinished tech demo, which essentially was what it was at the time. They made it in very quick time, but it just demonstrated how simple little techniques could make for a truly creepy and terrifying experience. But the actual task of finding the piece of paper just felt so dull that while it was certainly succeeding in keeping me on edge, it just didn't feel substantial enough to record or anything like that. But now they've turned it into a fully fleshed out game, so I thought I would dive in and see precisely what they can do with a full game. So, with that all said, let's dive right in, shall we? And it's a mountain. Well, of course we start off in a pretty nice looking place. Nice rolling fields of grass with trees. The trees themselves are quite dark, but yeah, what do you want? It's meant to be a horror game. It's pretty though. Leaps and bounds better than the original game was in visual presentation, but hey, what do you want? It was a very simple, quick project. And footsteps off to the side. I'm hoping this will be a successful scare kind of game. It feels weird to want to be scared by a game, because obviously in the moment when it actually happens, it's like "fuck you" kind of reactions. But I don't know, it's just something invigorating about that feeling. Like, having someone jump startle you is one thing, but that feeling of true sort of dread is something like, for example, the Amnesia games, particularly the first one, did very well. Because it just spaced out the monster appearances. Which way do I want to go? I guess I'll keep following the road. It's all very atmospheric, but just like famous stories like, well, famous stories like The Shining, everything starts out all pleasant and seemingly innocuous enough. And there's a bit of popping with the trees there. That's a little bit jarring. They could have made that a little bit more subtle with maybe like a fade rather than just a blatant popping into existence. I realize the level of detail over distance is something that's tricky to get the right balance on, but that's one of those things that I always found really bothersome and jarring in games. Like, even like the Oblivion game, just the way plants, like if you were staying on a hill and went running down, the grass of a distance popping into detail would just bug me like crazy. Like, I would always prefer it when they had more in-between shades. But, what do you want? It's an indie game. And to be fair, there's not a lot of indie games that manage to look this nice, so it's just a shame they couldn't have gotten that level of detail looking better. Oh, and of course, it's getting darker. Well, it's not. I don't think it's actually getting darker. I'm pretty sure it's just applying color correction techniques to make it feel like it's getting darker and later in the day. But the actual lighting, if you look, the actual lighting of the world hasn't changed at all. Like the way of, light and trees and stuff. Yeah, but maybe I'm mistaken, because now it's all black and stuff. Just didn't feel natural. Oh, there's a house. And the front door and garage are open. It's like they want people just to come inside. Honey, I'm home. Well, I can only assume that's the Slender Man in the forest. Which way do you want to go first? Left click hold and drag doors open close. Okay, so it's not like... Whoop. Okay, so it's not forward and back like it said. That just seems to give a... Oh, I see. That's for if I want to quickly do it. No. This is fiddly. Okay, I'll just use left and right. Left and right seems a bit more reliable. Even though it's set up and down. At least I think it's set up and down. I'm not so sure anymore. Already the game's making me doubt myself. The phone appears to be dead. Thank you. I can't thank you enough for coming out all this way to help me out. It's been a pretty rough road trying to sell this old place. I wish I had turned to you sooner. You have no idea how happy I'll be once this is all behind me. Love you always, Kate. It can be viewed at any time from the menu. Oh, so that just hides the camera, I guess. Oh well, let's have a look-see then. Ugh. Yeah, I kind of wish with the doors they'd taken the amnesia approach with just giving it a feeling of weight as opposed to making it feel kind of jittery. Can I pay? Truly, this man is a gifted player. Yep, that sure is nothing out there. Alright. I'm wondering if that's the, that slight flickeriness in the graphic. I wonder if that's self-shadowing, doing weird funky things. Nope, it still does that, so I guess it's just funky. If I turn the shadow detail down, does that improve it? Nope. Doesn't seem to make any difference. Thing is, little glitches like that kind of just pull me out of it when it does stuff like that, but what can you do? Yeah, no. Yeah, that door doesn't... The door opening thing doesn't feel quite as intuitive as I'd like, but no. Honoring the life of Beth Hayes. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's much better. I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, simple enough. I have to turn on and off. Anything else in here for me to pick up? Nope. The thing I'm noticing about is sprinting actually. Oh. Okay, so left is always like pulling the door out. Thanks for calling last night. It probably sounds dumb, but it was good to hear your voice again. Good to hear that Lauren's been doing really well too. But yeah, about what all we said. I'm not sure what to think of it yet. What are the odds of two people having the exact same hallucination? Could it really just be a coincidence? I have to go to my doctor today for some routine stuff, so I'm going to try to casually bring this up and see what he says about it. I'll let you know how it goes. So I'm getting the vibe that this Kate woman is my character's love interest. Or just a good friend, I don't know. I was going to say before though, let's close that. Yoink. The thing I've noticed about my character's run, for example, if you listen, that's supposed to be sprint. But his footstep rate doesn't sound that much faster than it is normally. So I can only picture him doing these absolutely massive footsteps, like just taking really long strides. Which, granted, when you're running, that's pretty much what you're doing. But normally you travel the distance faster by, in combination with the long strides, making said strides faster. Like when you see how fast like an Olympic marathon runner or something goes at it, it's usually like as opposed to boom, 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 boom. But again, I guess you can't be picky. Just lots of weird little things I tend to notice. Okay. So that's why they have the flashlight downstairs, because why would you go in there without a flashlight? So far pretty innocuous, but I'm waiting for the game to throw a curveball at me. Oh, they must have received my poster. Anything in here? Ever get the impression this person likes shopping at Face a lot? Hello? Well, the outdoors areas looked really nice. The indoor ones do feel a bit bare. Well, it's not like they're lacking detail, it's just... it just feels kind of lifeless, I guess. Because the walls are also like perfectly clean and stuff and just devoid of colour. But I guess it's a horror game, they don't want it to be filled with colour. But by contrast, if you look at a game like, say, Outlast, or even Amnesia, I mean, those games are just loaded with colour, despite being sort of really creepy places. So I got the keys for that downstairs room, and if you unlock the door. Ooh. Can you see it? So the radio tower cannot have a Slenderman. It's safe. Stop it now. Pretty much all saying the same thing. Go to the tower for safety. And someone smacked... Oh, okay. There's Slender. So that was my first view of the Slender. But just like the other game, don't keep looking at him. To the woods. So can I go out the window or I'd have to go up the other way? No, you're set up for... Well, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure that is absolutely nothing to worry about. Okay. What? Oh, now it's started. Now the game's decided. We've set the mood. Let's start fucking with them now. Okay. Now, where was that door I had to open? There was that other door with the keys. I think it was this way. Okay. What's in here then? Okay, so I can't go in there. So I have to leave the house. Okay, game. I guess this is where the real deal starts, huh? And all signs are pointing me towards this gate, and that's where the scream came from. So this has good idea written all over it, doesn't it? Oh boy, okay. So where's this tower? There it is. I'm assuming that's it. Okay, so that lets me focus the light to make a single area brighter. I'm guessing that has a combat use. Or is that just for... Oh, I see. It's just for seeing further. Okay. Oh, I'm wise to you. Okay. The thing I noticed about that sound effect that I played just then, even as I spun, positionally it stayed in exactly the same place. So it in fact was not set anywhere in the world. It's just designed to play directly into my headphones. And that means it's just its way of fucking with me, so if I hear those footsteps, chances are good there's not actually anything there, it's just there to make me doubt myself. Okay. So let's follow this road then. Yeah, it's quite literally just to let me see further. Still, handy to have. Oh, he's up there, or is that a statue? Given the game is not freaking out when I'm looking at him, I can only assume that's a statue. That just happens to resemble his shape. Nope, okay, that was him. Alright, is there a way to enable the further lights, or is it... Nope, there's no other lights, I just have to keep following this path. Do what the game wants me to. So, I can't assume it's going to be entirely like it was in the original game. They surely have fleshed him out a bit more. I do like the trade-off that if you want to focus on something further away, you're sacrificing nearby visibility. Oh, and another power generator. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. Okay. So let's not go the direction where there's no lights. If I do see him, don't keep looking at him. Okay, let's just cross over the railing carefully. Swing that flashlight, boy. You're sprinting. I just realized that meter at the top. I'm not sure what that's meant to be, though. I get good feelings from this house. And that appears to be the way I have to go. Oh boy. Well, tell you what, guys. Next time on Sven Plays, we're gonna see what's inside that really creepy looking house. See you then. Well, I'm sure it's fine.